Hello there, Leo. Welcome on into a general weekly reading for us for the week of the 10th to the 16th of November. I hope you're doing well out there. But let's jump into some Sacred Destiny, some Sacred Traveler Oracle cards and see where the reading takes us. For Leo, you will be a little bit spacey throughout the week, but it's a week of blessings. I'm getting that right off the bat. You're going to feel like spirits are more on your side, and you're going to feel like getting your life in order. Good, because it feels like you're about to make so many important quality choices, and I'm hearing for a lot of you better choices. And you're really going to want to clean things up, as it really helps with the blessings coming in at this time. But it's just a week. Please keep that in mind. It's super important for this Leo collective. Let's get a couple cards for Leo. We are guiding you, my friend. We are guiding you throughout the week, and you're going to feel this, utilize it, and experience this differently, in comparison to the past. But you're also going to see things like mandalas, because they're saying you're a work of art, my friend. You're growing, you're expanding. We're adding on to who you are meant to be in this lifetime. But then there's something about a project or a business or maybe your job or a work of art outside of you, something you feel quite committed to. As I'm being drawn to the back of this tarot deck, it's about adding on to it, bit by bit, piece by piece, even moments of repeating the same thing to the point of this grand creation, okay? But let's not forget about the grand creation known as Leo. Okay, coming out, doing a bit of a flip, overcoming obstacles, gates of triumph, fogged in, valiant courage, faraway places, and cleansing waters. That is a lot. But I feel like this Leo collective deals with a lot. And so they're saying with the fogged in card, go slow, take your time. We are quite literally, as of the beginning of this week, the 10th, stepping into officially Mercury retrograde. So it's about noticing that where you feel like rushing things, where you just end up kind of wanting to speed through this and that, or get to somewhere quicker, or get back to somewhere quicker, it just needs to be reversed, okay, or adjusted, because it feels like you're at times wanting to or just naturally working against this retrograde energy, where it isn't a typical one, because we're feeling more productive in certain ways. At least this Leo collective is, or will be throughout this week. But all the meanwhile, what is Mercury retrograde all about to its core? It slows us down. It pushes us to take our time to even find time to heal and reflect and, visualize for the future. And so looking at this imagery here, I feel Spirit saying, we are riding with you very efficiently, and we're going to make certain changes on your behalf that we will inform you of after this week. You may just feel that they're coming to be as this week trickles on forward. But then putting these two together, they're saying, yeah, there are obstacles to overcome, and there's a bit of a focus on certain ones for the near future, or at least one major one. But all the meanwhile, what it's leading towards is this gates of triumph that you're meant to walk through. It's this triumphant energy that I feel you will be embodying more than ever at certain points throughout the week, that is more of what you will be embodying and pouring into this and that of importance into your life even after this week. So yeah, as we've been saying it a few times, there's a big focus on what's about to take place and how you're going to feel and be and what you're going to create and succeed with after this week. But they're saying that all the meanwhile, success is expanding in your life, and these obstacles aren't going to play a negative role in regards to that, okay? Even at times, honestly, you may find that there's an obstacle that you have to overcome in a small way. It could be you stumbling upon your speech or whatever. But it may even assist you with gaining the success that you're meant to, okay? But what Spirit's saying very clearly is that your passion is paying off. You're a valiant warrior, and your life is about to become extremely successful, okay? But look at this. So on point. Get ready for new horizons. Get ready for better. Change your life, change your mind, or reverse it potentially. Change your mind, change your life, change your approach, change the results. I'm going to put this one back and we're going to move on to the tarot. I feel like energy is at times slightly overwhelming this collective, throughout this week. And then they're saying it will be squashed or minimalized soon after the moment of feeling slightly overwhelmed. So just take a deep breath. As the, I think garbage truck in the background is really annoying me. Anyways, but they are saying it is a week where you're meant to become more vibrant. There's something about a lot of you kind of coming out of a slumber or just a tired existence. It's time for you to recognize that we're not going back, okay? We're not backing up in a sense, unless it's to take a larger perspective, bird's eye view, if you will, on what's at hand and what lies ahead, maybe on what you want. But it's something about recently or throughout this week at certain points, some of you experiencing a spiritual being or an occurrence outside of you otherwise, making you think twice about what you want for the future and maybe potentially going back to something you once lived with or had in your life, reminding me of me recently gaining a certain post on social media and then spirit saying, what about going back to having 4 seasons? What about going back to the East Coast? And, I thought about it for a hot second, but, at the end of the day, I know that I'm not meant to have hardcore winters and typical falls. I'm meant to have this California sort of life. And so it's about you remembering that we're not going back, okay? That's not where it's at for you. Alrighty, so I had to take a moment because of the noise in the background. I did get some cards, but I put them back. So let's give it another go. What else do we have for Leo? The 3 of Pentacles coming out because Leo, you're really going to feel more so in the spotlight throughout the week in positive ways, where some of you, I honestly feel like there's been some negative attention you've received, whether it's staring, other levels of judgment, you name it. And so it could even be naysayers, haters online. And now it feels like the majority, I'm getting 92% of the attention you're receiving, if not up to 95% of the attention is going to be super positive. And so I also feel, okay, on another note, some of you need to really work on healing from a past choice of yours or a past repeated cycle set of choices. And then there's some of you where you need to work on the hydration of your skin. There's a lot of dry skin going on. But yeah, people are noticing you, and it's part of why the blessings are flowing in throughout this week. It's part of why you're meant to be so successful moving forward. And I really feel it's a week where you're going to be thinking about the end all be all, where you want to reside, where you want to work, where you want your business to be, excuse me. And for some of you, it's a little bit of a nervous vibe and energy coming to be, whether you want to admit it or not. And that has to do with what you expect and or want for the future, okay? And then they're saying you need to take a deep breath and let that go because it's going to get in the way. It's going to create some sort of blockage. And I really feel like, look at this, the King of Swords and the 6 of Wands, because this is your week to stand up and show people that you are the King of Swords, that you know what you're doing, and that you're going to go the distance. You're going to be super successful. And it feels like, you'll want to guide yourself forward differently. And they're saying, okay, that's good, but don't overdo it with that. Sometimes we each need to get back to the basics and combine that with certain new strategies we've developed over time, new approaches. Because I really feel like you are trying to figure it out, but all the meanwhile, you're going to be victorious throughout the week. So just listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, how you're feeling, even spirit selectively, because you will guide yourself towards the right choices, the right approaches, the right results. I really want to say that you're going to see a lot of butterflies, wreaths as well. Sorry again about the noise, but I feel like you're going to want to cleanse your energy via water, maybe by going for a walk. There's certain things that Spirit's saying you have within your toolbox that can help you feel fresh, lighter, right? But then it's another week where they're saying if the energy is bad where you're at, then step away. Don't stick with what feels off for you. And it may also be applicable for you for the long run as far as if a change as far as a change or two that needs to be made potentially down the line. But let's leave your reading at that. I hope these messages were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Enjoy your successful week.